Goof Troop, anyone who's ever played it loves it. I love it. You know how old this game is? And look at these views. Maybe we weren't the biggest audience, but we're an incredibly awesome audience who's slightly getting kinda older, but we're still sexy goofies. That's why I decided to make it in Unreal Engine. It was that and a few other reasons. We'll get into that later. You know what I'm saying. So how am I gonna go about it? I don't, let me stutter a few more times. I'm not even playing right now.
Today, Junior?
I didn't just want to go full on Kingdom Hearts style, which I also love, and I didn't want photoreal. I love stylized things, like clay or paper. Think Link's Awakening, and what better timing than now is Echoes of Wisdom announced? Well, it was announced a couple months ago and it's already out. But it's reinvigorating a love for the plasticky blend clay style. I love this style. I love it so much. I think they should bring it back to Donkey Kong, because here's how Donkey Kong looks now. And here it is with my paint over. Yeah, I freaking paint. What about it? I do a lot of things. Can read, can write. Even though there were mixed reviews about this on Reddit, I love it, all right? And it's a good move. It looks cool how it is, but it's not the same, all right? And that's what this episode is about. It's just not the same. So with my style in place, we need props. So many props, but they look so freaking cool. Look at this. Check out this grappling gun. You remember that? And look at these cherries, and look at this barrel, and look at this bomb, and look at this thing over here, and look at that guy over there. Whoa. But you know what? That actually took me a bit longer, because I was going to make an Unreal Engine course, but I don't think I'm going to do that anymore, because I'd rather make things right now. I need to set up a test environment, something that'll show off the props and allow me to run around in it. Yeah, that'll do. I made all of this, except for the skybox. That was free on Sketchfab, I think it was. We need a goof, don't we? So let me design that real quick. Drawing one, bada bing, bada boom, scrabble. And there's the one we like. Clay, playful, a little mystique, a little chic, a little, what rhymes with a cheek. Now I've got to model them. Oh, guess what? It's done. Now's a good time to talk about how I did the materials. I made 3 UV channels. The first reads from a texture that is a diffuse map, an atlas. The second one's a bigger layout for roughness, you know, fingerprints and clay-like stuff. And the third one is specifically to assign if that is metallic or not. Oh, and there's a 4th channel for wind. I'm gonna burp or something. And then also on top of that, I used vertex colors to determine if something should be glowing or not, like a flame, like this torch. Back to Goof. No, my character, not you. Now let's throw some bones in him. Good. Now mix them up. Good. All right, into Unreal Engine. I've got to set up his blueprint and animation blueprint. I just copied the default animation blueprint, set up some groups for anim montages, did a little tweaks, slots, some for the arm, for the hand, upper body, for overrides, blend by bone, and here we go. So in Goof Troop, you could kick these blocks around and they'd slide until they hit something. And if they were set into a key slot in the ground, they'd open a gate. This is gonna be tricky to set up, but you've gotta love interfaces. I just made it so that when the block stops moving, it does a line trace down, and if it returns true for a key slot, it also sends a message to the gate in that room and tells it to do a loop through all the keys that it is assigned to. If they're in place, ta-da, it opens. The kicking mechanism was tricky, but it's basically a lot of line traces in each direction, only when it's going in that direction. So if I kick it to the right, it only line traces to the right. More reliable than collision boxes that are moving. I learned that the hard way. Hey, you know what we need? An enemy. And you know what that means? We need concept art. That was me whistling and doing the modeling, the rigging, and animating, and I'm spending too much time on this project, and I don't even know if I'm gonna. But if you love it like I do, I'm sure somebody's gonna give me a shekel for it. A penny? Boom, it's a croc pirate numero uno, the first pirate. And this guy has the coolest tail. It's dynamic. Another good enemy would be something like a cannon. Dang, this thing will kill you dead unless I get to it first. But the original game had tools you could use. Now, how the heck am I gonna do that? I guess I'll need a friggin' grapple that can shoot. When it gets far enough away, it needs to return, but it has to be able to grab props and bring them back, and it has to be able to stun enemies, and it has to be able to create pathways, and it has to have satisfying effects, VFX and sound effects. Well, how the heck am I ever gonna make this possible? I guess I already did, that's how. Goofy. And then don't even get me started on the shovel, or the bell, or the key, or the rope refill. Yeah, that's new, because this ain't Goof Troop. This is Dave Troop, and I'm making my own version, because it's been too long. For all the animation stuff I've got to do. These old style games, you would walk off screen and it would load in a new screen, because that's how memory worked more efficiently back then. It still works more efficiently that way, but now things are so powerful, it doesn't matter. The thing is though, is there's some nostalgia to that, and I love it. Instead of just having the camera follow you around all the time, I set up a room reset and a camera system that allows the camera to move to new rooms as you enter them. And when it moves to the new room, it resets the old room. Phew. Well, I've got my work cut out for me, unless I travel through time and I whipped past me in the crack, and here we are. So I'm working on a demo, but I've got a few other little things to do first, like a boss fight, a few little enemies, and one of the biggest core mechanics of the game. That's right, this is inspired by Goof Troop, like I said, but it's not Goof Troop. You hear that, Disney? Go back to sleep, because it's not Goof Troop. It's not time to wake up and sue me yet. Please don't sue me. I love Goofy. So I've got a really fun gameplay loop and like a story idea for the game. Something related to looting. And if you want to see more of that, I guess you're just going to have to